I'm Robert Klein with a challenge for you. HBO's Behind the Scenes Challenge, the monthly contest that's our way of thanking you for being a part of HBO. We know how powerful a great film and great performances can be, and HBO wants you to experience them in a unique new way by giving away great prizes inspired by the movies themselves. And what better place for our Behind the Scenes Challenge than here in Hollywood? So, grab a pen and a piece of paper and you'll be all set. I'll give you the address and phone number in just a moment. First, here's how to play. You watch a movie, like have you seen Driving Miss Daisy? Wasn't it wonderful? I'll ask you 3 questions, and you have the chance to win sensational prizes related to the film. Driving Miss Daisy won the 1989 Academy Award for Best Picture. Not only was it a beautiful story, but the recreation of post-war Atlanta was picture perfect. And if you answer our 3 questions correctly, you could be transported back to that time in the grand prize. This classic 1949 Hudson Commodore 6, just like the one Miss Daisy rode in. Mwah! Isn't it a beauty? And it's in mint condition. You'll even find the original owner's manual in the glove compartment. And more than 2,000 entries chosen at random will win an authentic Panama hat, like the one Dan Aykroyd wore in the film. Now, the questions are all multiple choice, and you'll need to write out the full answer for each. Ready? Pencils up. Jessica Tandy, who won 1989's Best Actress Oscar as Daisy, is widely known for her theatrical career, which spans 64 years and includes 3 Tony Awards. Esther Roll also has a distinguished theater background and was one of the original members of New York's groundbreaking Negro Ensemble Company. Our first question is, in the film, Esther Roll plays Daisy's housekeeper, whose name is, answer number 1, Lavinia. Answer number 2, Adela. Answer number 3, Fanny. Now, Miss Daisy's house in Atlanta was found by location scouts after an extensive search. Why am I talking like this? By sheer coincidence, it had once belonged to a cousin of Alfred Urey, the author of Driving Miss Daisy, who played there as a child. Who'd have thought that years later, this same house would come to mean so much more to him? Next question. What household item did Miss Daisy think Hoke had stolen from her? Answer number 1, linen dinner napkins. Answer number 2, a can of salmon. Answer number 3, light bulb. Film critic Pauline Kael once asked, is Morgan Freeman the greatest American actor? And answered her own question with an unqualified yes. He created the role of Hoke in the original New York production. It was the producer's unanimous choice for the screen version. Last but not least, our final question, and please no help from the audience. Where was the first place Hoke drove Miss Daisy? Answer number 1, to Temple. Answer number 2, to the tattoo parlor. Answer number 3, to the Piggly Wiggly. That's it for the questions. Now, you might ask, what do I do with the answers? Simple. Write out the full answers on a 3x5 card along with your name and address and send them to HBO P.O. Box 572, Sayreville, New Jersey, 08871. If you can't wait to play, you can also enter by calling 1-900-420-6000. The total cost for the call is $1.95. You have the same chance of winning whether you enter by mail or phone, and you can enter as often as you like. The grand prize drawing will be held at the end of the month. Panama hat winners will be chosen throughout the month. Good luck, everyone. And remember, if you enjoy a challenge and a great movie, be sure to join us next month when watching Joe versus a Volcano could send you on a trip to Hawaii with all its natural beauty and a $5,000 shopping spree. It's our way of thanking you for keeping your eyes on HBO. See you soon.
When a rich heiress is kidnapped by Colombian drug thugs, 3 hardened bounty hunters come to her rescue. They're WB Blue and the Bean, next on HBO.
Once there was a girl who dreamed of a fairy tale life. A dancer who became a legend overnight. A woman who believed in freedom and fought for it. A star down on her luck. But nobody ever made a comeback like Josephine Baker. Now the legend has come home to the only place it could. The Josephine Baker story. The true story of an extraordinary life. Premieres in March on HBO.
This is Mireya, my wife. This is Jay, my friend.
I think I fell in love. Who? Tibby's wife.
You don't mess with Tibby Mendez.
Revenge, starring Kevin Costner, Anthony Quinn, and Madeline Stowe. Tuesday on HBO.
There's been an accident.
Now I need your help.
How are there so many locks on the doors?
I've been waiting up for hours. Where were you?
I know what a difficult time you're going through. You're fired.
Men Don't Leave, starring Jessica Lange, Arliss Howard, and Joan Cusack. Premieres Sunday, March 17th on HBO.
Anthony Hopkins comes to HBO in a shocking true story of courage in the face of terror.
Stabbed after he died.
His son is murdered. He wants revenge.
I want you to challenge the death certificate.
But will the family pay the price for justice?
All you fanatics should be very careful now.
Hopkins
If they've come to get me, you know what to do, don't you?
and Norma Alejandro star in the HBO original movie One Man's War. Premieres Saturday, April 20th on HBO.
Hi, I'm Nina Griscom for HBO Entertainment News. Currently in production in Los Angeles is the HBO original movie Lovecraft, starring Fred Ward as private investigator Philip Lovecraft. This stylized film noir is set in an imaginary 1948 Los Angeles, where everyday life is based on magic and witchcraft.
I feel very much this Chandler-esque world, Raymond Chandler, you know, Philip Marlowe world of L.A. during that time, post-World War II, with this element of magic and voodoo thrown in the midst of it.
Lovecraft is scheduled to air on HBO this fall. And two of Hollywood's biggest stars have recently signed on for two new HBO original movies. Two-time Oscar winner Jack Lemmon will star in the contemporary comedy Getting There, a riches-to-rags saga which goes before the cameras early this spring. And Academy Award winner Richard Dreyfuss is starring in and producing Prisoner of Honor, a true-life drama about espionage and politics at the turn of the century. Prisoner of Honor is shooting now in London. The late Jim Morrison once said, there are things known and there are things unknown, and in between are the Doors. And with tremendous media attention and great fan expectation, Oliver Stone's new film about the frenetic Morrison and his band The Doors is now playing in theaters. Starring Val Kilmer as Jim Morrison, The Doors is a musical trip back to the 60s as it follows the rise and fall of one of America's most poetic rock stars.
Yeah, there's nobody like Jim. I mean, he never had any money from all this. He gave it away, or he spent it, or he wasn't into material things. The thing about Jim, which is lovely, is he was who he was on stage as well as off. He did both. He didn't walk away from a persona.
Co-starring as Morrison's girlfriend, Meg Ryan says the music of The Doors taps into the darker side of life.
I think it's a voice of the darker waters that really run through everybody, and that somebody has to say it, you know? Someone has to speak the part that's in all of us. We can pretend that life is wonderful and giddy as much as we want, but the truth is there's a lot of darkness in everybody.
And shedding light on the institution of marriage is Paul Mazursky's new film, Scenes from a Mall. This comedy stars Woody Allen and Bette Midler as a married couple who spend their 16th wedding anniversary in a Los Angeles shopping mall and make some very interesting discoveries about each other.
What did she have that I didn't have?
Who, the hooker?
The yesterday one.
Nothing. That's the whole point. It was not about that.
Then what was it about? Did she do tricks in bed, things I don't do?
No. Yes, actually, she did some.
If you're shopping for a film this weekend, Scenes from a Mall is playing in theaters now. I'm Nina Griscom for HBO Entertainment News.
When a rich heiress is kidnapped by Colombian drug thugs, 3 hardened bounty hunters come to her rescue. They're WB Blue and the Bean, next on HBO.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Movies like your best friends come in and out of your life all too quickly. The biggest and best movies are here, and then in the blink of an eye, they're gone. Now you can see some of the best-loved films from the last few years as HBO brings the biggest and still the best movies to you this and every month.
Hey, you want to find out what's going on?
I certainly do.
In March, you can catch 4 fabulous Police Academy hits.
Police Academy?
Plus a Steven Spielberg all-star comedy.
Madness. It's the only word to describe it.
You won't ever have to say,
I'm missing the movie.
because you'll be able to catch your favorite stars in some of their best all-time movie hits.
You got all this on tape?
Yes!
So remember where your friends are.
Now, isn't that bizarre?
This is the bus. I don't give a damn. It's Queen Elizabeth.
Here it comes!
Yesterday's biggest movie hits are still your best friends this and every month on HBO.
Sometimes a chance meeting
Hey.
Hey.
can lead to big business,
You and I are in the same business, kid.
provided one finds the perfect partner.
Man, I never met anybody who did crime for a living.
Very delicate operation. You can work for me, maybe. We learn by doing. When the door opens. Go. Time for you to have a little on-the-job training. Pest control. I'm trying to teach you something. I'm giving you an exclusive education.
Hey, good doggy. What about all the money in the keister? What are you doing? What about the dog?
Moderation at all times.
$4,500.
I heard you bought a car. Possessions weigh you down. Get rid of it.
No.
You might as well wear a sign around your neck. I am a thief. I told you to set on your money.
Well, what good is having all that money if you can't spend it, huh?
Get some discipline. Otherwise, we're through.
Burt Reynolds and Casey Shumasco star in a Bill Forsythe film written by John Sayles.
What did you do upstairs?
Short-sheeted beds.
Breaking In. Thursday.
Max Stern was a tough cop with some tough problems.
Every time I go over to see my son, calls me the Antichrist and hides under the bed.
He thought he'd seen it all.
Tell me I'm terrible. Say something nice to me, will you, please?
You have very strong-looking thighs for a white man.
I like that.
But nothing could prepare him for his new partner's personality problem.
Welcome to the NASCAR driving school.
The multiple personality problem.
I'll fight you with one hand tied behind my back.
Are you guys really cops? I'm a cop. I don't know what the hell he is.
I'm annoying you, aren't I?
Oh! Just a teensy little bit, really.
They were trailing a murderer, but wound up being hunted themselves.
They might surrender, but I wouldn't count on it. I just can't deal with the violence. Now you tell me! Did you ever stop to think that maybe you're not ideally suited for police work?
Gene Hackman and Dan Aykroyd are Loose Cannons. Saturday on HBO.
There's something wrong with that dude.
A retired American flyer, a ruthless Mexican power broker, and his beautiful wife are the players in a triangle of friendship, lust, and betrayal in the adventure drama Revenge. Leading man Kevin Costner first became intrigued with the idea for the film after reading the Jim Harrison novella about vengeance south of the border.
It reminded me of nothing that I had seen before, and that's always a good sign to me. Whether it's as satisfying to other people, I don't know, but one of the earmarks for me is originality, and the movie is completely original in its kind of approach.
The drama of Revenge unfolds when Costner's character Cochran visits his old friend Tiburon, a Mexican millionaire played by Academy Award winner Anthony Quinn.
The caviar, not the manners.
I brought you something.
For me?
For you.
Oh. Oh, it's beautiful. Huh? I love it.
The attraction is simply
I want my
a
wife to
man
see it.
who is vulnerable, who finds himself down in Mexico with friends, supposedly, and things just start not working out for him. You know, things that are seemingly beyond his physical control.
Costner begins to lose control when he finds himself attracted to Tiburon's beautiful and alluring wife, Mireya, played by Madeline Stowe.
She's,
at a breaking point in her life, and she's lived a certain life for years and years and years, and told herself that what she had made her happy, and it didn't. A man walks in who has also lived the kind of existence that was a lie, and he never tied himself to anything, and that's Kevin's character. And they meet on a very common level, and for the first time she's able to be a human being rather than something that was a trinket or dressed up or a kind of arm piece. I think I've miscalculated you. I thought you were another one of Tippy's old friends. You know, they play, there's always the girls.
Well, shame on you.
Their love affair is quickly tempered by the wrath of Tiburon as he sets out to seek revenge for the betrayal by his wife and friend.
Where is she?
Perhaps we both deserve to die. Maybe.
For the actors in Revenge, working with one of Hollywood's legendary stars was an unforgettable experience.
You're aware of his whole history and his whole life, and you see it there on his face. You see it everywhere, and you're not just watching Anthony at that particular time. You're watching his whole life flash before you.
The casting of Quinn in the pivotal role of Tiburon was one of many responsibilities for Costner, working double duty as both star and executive producer of Revenge, a job that proved to be both rewarding and demanding.
Well, you feel the pressure because you have to answer the questions. So there's that, what it is your workload's greater, but in terms of pressure, you deal with that. That's what the movies are about. They're about pressure. They're about fighting time. They're about fighting the elements, you know, and fighting to keep the movie what you thought the movie could be.
This month on HBO.
When a rich heiress is kidnapped by Colombian drug thugs, 3 hardened bounty hunters come to her rescue. They're WB Blue and the Bean, next on HBO.
Crack.
Professionals, lawyers, doctors.
They stop in their car on the way to work and buy it like you're driving through a McDonald's.
With crack, it's so addictive. In 1 month's time, my child became a total stranger.
Thinking, what's gonna happen?
She started smoking, and she went into a seizure, and she died right there.
There's kids that are 11 years old on this.
They're always going to be addicted to crack cocaine for the rest of their lives.
Your body's actually telling you needed to live. I mean, you would look at somebody and you would say to yourself, okay, would I kill this guy for no reason? Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me? What is the matter with you?
If I had a wish, I would wish to go back to where I was about 9 and just start all over.
America Undercover takes you face to face with the fiercest enemy ever to wage war on the United States of America. Crack USA. Tomorrow, only on HBO.
Megan Turner had a career.
Why would you want to become a cop?
I like to slam people's heads up against walls.
I suggest to you that there may have been some overreaction on your part.
All she needed was to find a man. But then he found her.
That's the greatest kick of all. Oh, God. I saw this man shoot and kill my best friend in front of my eyes.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Ron Silver in Blue Steel. Tomorrow on HBO.
A killer strikes in New York. 2 American cops track him in Japan.
We are police officers. You are civilians here.
There's a war going on here, and they don't take prisoners.
The Japanese mob proves expert at making American dollars.
It's as good as it comes. This ain't money.
And making their enemies disappear.
Something tells me we should cut our losses and let the locals handle it around here.
Michael Douglas, Andy Garcia, and Kate Capshaw in Black Rain. Thursday on HBO.
Catch the brightest stars, the biggest hits. HBO, simply the best movies. Deborah Harry, Christian Slater, William Hickey, Ray Don Shaw, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. Armand Asante, Sam Neill, Marcia Gay Harden, the HBO original movie, Fever. Teresa Russell, Jeff Fahey, George Zunza, a suspenseful thriller directed by Sandra Locke, Impulse. They're simply the best movies. HBO.
The following movie is rated R.